Morning. Right, so I got to prime the fiberglass this morning, but before I do that I'm going down to the machine shop to see Mr. Red, because the bushes that Mobile sent me are the wrong ones. So what I got to do is get some machined up. I get some rigid plastic ones made. So there's a piece of rod stock, there's the old bushes. I also got to do something with the intake as well. So I've wrapped that up so he doesn't scratch the hell out of it. And I'll just get down there and hopefully he can do it today. Get it finished today, so that this evening, and then comes up with his the drive shaft and his chaps. We can bolt up the rear cross member and get the prop shaft measured. So that's the plan. So as soon as I've done that, I can get into the shed and get all the fiberglass laid out and see if I've got enough space to spray it all in one go. It doth seem as though he understandeth. There's another birdie there. Just nearly took my head off. I think it's a sick pigeon. Right, back to base and sanding or inspecting and whatever. Alright, I've got to say a special thanks again to Robin from Clips and Bits, because he has sent me a spare and, well, more spares, replacement and spares for the front bumper bracket that I smashed off with my knee while I was thrashing around under there. So that'll save me some trouble or time. I won't have to repair the one I have now. I can use that as the spare and put the new one on. Yes, anyway, thank you very much, Robin. Clips and Bits. Nice one. So that took far longer than it should have done. But I think it's okay. Sort of body line, almost body line. Can paint those, get the primer on them. Spoiler was the worst to do because you got to do two sides of it. Underside's not that important, but it still needs paint on it. So I'll wipe, clean, do all my bits and pieces, mix up and prime these now. First coat on the bumpers. Looking not bad. Not bad. It's also got a few dings and stuff in it, but I'll be brutal, I haven't got time to fill and sand and whatnot, so there's things that are going to have to be done as a touch-up later. I ran out of paint on the spoiler, but I managed to just paint the seam. I don't know how that's going to turn out. It'll probably blow out everywhere. Ross is going to kill me because he told me to roll her in the seams first. I haven't, because I just haven't got the time. But like I say, I'll deal with defects. If I've got to repaint them, I'll repaint them. I've got years of ownership after this next week's event, so we can revisit, polish, fettle, do whatever you wish. That looks a bit funky in there. It's under the tow high, but cover if we use it. Maybe I missed sanding there. Alright, so I'll mix some more paint up and 10-15 minutes, give it another coat. This texture is showing through a bit at the moment, but I guess when the paint's on it, it'll cover it. Plus you're not going to see the front and rear bumper at the same time, hopefully. I'm thinking that one didn't go so well. Far too much paint down on here. Something going on there anyway. Reaction or too much paint. Too much paint, it's big runs. Big runs. I'm too close to it. Probably need to pull it out, and well, it's done now. So I'll have to let it cure and rub the runs down. That's got one coat on it, needs another coat. It's probably mixed up too much paint now. So they've got 2 coats on them. Maybe we whack them. It's a hot day, so I've got to be careful, because if I pull this curtain down, I'm probably going to create a load of dust. So maybe I leave them an hour. It's warm. Leave them an hour, and after an hour, try and pull that door open. It's only primer, so any dust should sand out. We'll leave it an hour, open the doors up, and I can lift them outside through that big door, rather than juggle them through the little door. And if I bake them, I'll be able to sand them sooner rather than later. And I suppose if they're outside, then there's a chance of getting the sills set up and getting those painted and primed. And I was thinking, I think it'll be alright. Doesn't seem to be too many defects on that. This has got the runs on it. There's 3 coats of primer now, so nice and thick. Sand that run out there. And this has turned out lovely. This has turned out well. Can't see any runs on it. Just nice and glossy and level. So probably just like 240 that down. 240 it, 320 it, and paint it maybe 400. We'll see, because it's all curvy. But yeah, let's get it out in the sun. So I'm just going to try and move these away from the door, and I'll slip that plastic down there and just try and open that door up. I think I might have to move that bench. Yeah, should have done all this beforehand. Just hoping those just hoping those clouds go away and it just stops being windy, and they can have a bake in the sun. Alright, let's kick those off outside, and next on the agenda is to paint these rocker panels, get these in primer. I remember saying to Joe that, oh yeah, well, I won't have much more priming to do anyway. I've forgotten about all this stuff. As much as doing the car again. Right, anyway, that's for coat 1. Don't know what that is there. Bit fish eye-y. It shouldn't be, the amount of washing that's had and sanding. A little bit dry along this edge. Cover that in 10 minutes. What time is it now? It's 12:15. So in 10 minutes I'll give that another coat. This is sort of out here and the sun comes and goes. I only got 40 degrees on the surface earlier, which is a bit dire. Could be better now. 54, okay, right. Now we're starting to cook. Now we're cooking with gas. Yeah, right, okay. Okay. Let's get a couple of hours of that. Will be good to sand. So, 10 minutes back on this. And what I was going to do is I left some paint in the pot, and I'm just going to get the paintbrush and just dab any pinholes that I see in that spoiler. Right, I'm finding that this is really not hard enough to sand. I mean, it scuffs up and it's not really sort of sanding, it's not hard enough. So I'm going to have to I mean, it was ambitious anyway to paint, bake, sand, repaint all of these before 6 or 7 o'clock, and of course now it's raining, so these are going to have to wait now until probably, or maybe I'll get some done tomorrow before Alex arrives, but I won't actually paint them now until Monday, I guess. But okay, it doesn't really matter. Just means we're gonna have to cover the car up again. And that's the reason why I wanted to get it done now, because I've got the mechanical stuff happening this weekend. I'm gonna have to uncover the car for it. But never mind, I've got a big car cover here. We'll recover it. So Mr. Ed has just called me and he's finished the bushes, and he's also finished the drilling and tapping for the intake holes. I'll show you in a minute. One of my favourite films is, well, it's got that Scarlett Johansson and Bill Murray in it, Lost in Translation. I've been out here for 20 odd years, and there's lots of lost in translation. In fact, it's very common over here in Thailand. But today we didn't get lost in translation. Today we got a lovely set of bushes for like a quarter of the price of the ones I bought and couldn't use. So I think in future I'm not going to buy any more. I'm just going to get them made. These are a lot harder than the urethane bushes. I guess they probably work similar to the roller bearing ones. And I've done these like this on the race cars before, and they've been fine, absolutely fine, perfect, lovely. So I've not done them on a road car, but now I have. And more not lost in translation, without Bill Murray and without Scarlett Johansson, unfortunately. Here's my adapter for my intake. So he has got that machined out there to take the spring area, and there, yeah, that bore matches up beautifully. So all we need now is a throttle cable. I need to get onto my man about that. Cheers. The lads are back from school and we are just about to start the weekend of work. This will be the, I don't know, the hardest weekend of your life so far, I guess. And I'm gonna work you. Why don't you start? We scrap the idea of getting the bumpers painted for now. We'll do that on Monday or something. Let's unwrap the car. Get the masking off it.
You got it? Yeah, I got it. Takes it all off, right?
Unmask the whole car.
Okay.
Office. Don't get it wet.
Yeah.
I'll go and wrap it up in there in a minute.
I can rip this out, right?
Rip it up, rip it off, lip it, lip it. Well, even if you pull the handle, hopefully. Well, you might have to try a bit harder.
Felt like John Wick smashing those windows in.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, pulverized.
Gangster.
Does he smash a window in?
I think he does.
Yeah. You're gonna go John Wick on my ass.
No.
I'm gonna put this camera down in a minute. I'm gonna have to help you. Because otherwise you're gonna be here all day. Door open.
Not yet.
Give it a pull. Yeah. Right, camera off. See you when it's done. Satisfying, sir?
Very.
He's the hooligan, the John Wick hooligan. Raining!
Oh!
Raining!
Really?
Yeah!
Oh!
Didn't you know?
What?
Didn't you know?
Oh!
Okay, it's raining. So what I'm doing here is I'm heating up this bolt. I'm just going to heat up that insert. I pull that insert out and reuse it on the one over there that I'm trying to repair. So I've got this insert in there now. The old one, if you remember, I had to drill out. So that's the new insert. But it's all cracked around here. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to try and plastic weld it. Probably use soldering iron. Yeah. There's a bit missing out of there, it doesn't really matter. But I think I'll plastic weld it. See if it holds. I did get the epoxy out, because originally I was just going to epoxy a new bolt in there, and then I thought, well, we had a broken one of these. I'll put the insert in. Right, this is Mr. Ern, Saudi Garage.
Saudi Cap.
That means hello. Saudi Cap. Hello. Right, I don't know what time it is now, Austin. What time is it?
9:20.
9:20. Right. So we've been doing bits and pieces on the car. The roof, sunroof thing is all in now. Other bits and pieces, lots of cleaning and stuff like that. And Ern has brought a couple of his lads down. Saudi Cap. That means hello. And the back axle was going in and now it's coming out again because of the fact that they realised they got to put drive shafts in before or something like that. But that's all good. The plan is to get all this gubbins up and in there. Hey Abby, you right, Wolf? Yes. That's about it really. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.